All right, Pisces, I like it. To me, it feels good. Free will from Lay Vampire, sovereignty, independence, and free spirit, and round from the wisdom of the oracles. So what I'm getting from this is if we're talking about situations that, keep happening the same way over and over again, it's not that you have a lesson to learn. It's that you've been through this enough times that you know now. But you have the ability to break the cycle, so to speak here, but it's up to you with free will. So free will says, remind yourself of your own dreams and desires, of the purpose that has asked to be expressed through you. Activate your ability to say yes and no without guilt and without fear. It is safe and easy for you to express and act upon your free will. So it's up to you. You can make the choice now to stop doing things in the same way, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. And like I said, I don't agree with the idea that you have a lesson to learn. If you saw it that way in the past, you've already learned it. If you continue to go through the same thing again, you're doing that by your own choice, right? But the whole point here between the two is not to go through the same cycle again. So round and round. It says the appearance of this card is a reminder that although it may appear that you've gone backward, the truth is that you are standing at a higher level looking down into your circumstances. You will learn something, do something better, and break a cycle set up in the past. You actually have a bird's eye view of your initial footprints and can access the wisdom and lessons learned. Right? So you've already learned what you needed to. You don't have to continue this, right? But it's up to you. All right, Pisces, here's your overall. Oh boy, the Two of Cups. All right. So with this being the overall, this is going to be about you getting to a place of understanding, possibly with another person. So this could be about a romantic relationship. It could be about any relationship in your life where there is an emotional connection with someone, right? With the Two of Cups, we can be talking about work partnerships. You could be talking about, family relationships. It just depends here. But it is going to be about you and another person. So this is going to be for those of you who are looking at somebody specific here and whether or not the two of you are seeing eye to eye, right? In the past, the Ace of Swords. Wow. All right. So the truth, seeing the truth, having the truth, knowing the truth, absolute mental clarity. I love the Ace of Swords. I love when there is honesty, right? My mother always said the truth will set you free, right? So, it could be good or bad depending here, but, right, the truth is never a bad thing. Eventually it's going to lead you to a place of peace and understanding. No matter how harsh it is, but that's not the Knight of Swords though. So I'm curious now, what truth is it that you're knowing, facing, accepting? Oh boy. All right, in the present, the Magician. Yeah. Now, I've had issues with him this week, but I don't want to call it yet. So the Magician in the present moment, we're talking about manifesting that cool ass shit. Right? This is about whether or not you feel like you have the ability to make something happen. Do you have confidence in yourself? Do you feel like you have the tools? The Magician is saying you do. You can create whatever the hell you want here. It's up to you. It's up to you to make something happen. If you're accepting a truth or understanding a truth, then how do you make things work in a way where there's a better understanding between you and another person, right? But we'll see, because, oh boy, I don't, with the Ace of Swords as a past coming through, there's no way that you're dealing with somebody who's trying to continue to manipulate a situation that you already know about, Future conditions, the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So, I kind of get the feeling that for some of you, whoever it is that you're dealing with, you're okay with getting to a place of understanding with them. But as far as full-on involvement, I don't know that you're wanting to do that. That or this is going to be the other person. The Queen of Pentacles in future conditions. Like I say, when it comes to court cards, it could be earth sign, Male, female, doesn't matter to me. But when I look at Queens, I look at what it is you're internalizing. So with the Queen of Pentacles, for some of you, you may feel like you're more interested in creating your own security and stability. It doesn't lie within another person. But that may be because of something that you understand, something that came out, a truth that you accepted. That, or, you're hoping that this person understands that they could be trying to manipulate the situation to get you to see their side, because it is about both of you seeing both of you needing to see each other's perspective. If I could spit it out. The Queen of Pentacles, though, I always get the feeling from her that she doesn't need to be involved, but we'll see here. Your best path to follow, the Six of Cups. Now, I go back to the past looking at this, and you have this truth and this clarity, but I'm also looking at the two of you. So now for some of you, even if you're dealing with a person that doesn't, act like they want to be involved with you more than just having, an understanding or like a mutual respect, right? I feel like you need to try here because of this being your advice, because what I'm seeing in this is you needing to not necessarily reconcile. That can be the case for some of you, but a peace offering, right? You may think that their back is turned to you, but I think that they want to have a connection with you just as much as you want to have it with them. So then I go back to the Magician and think this is up to you. You're going to have to make this happen. But then I go back to the past. What is that truth? What is that clarity? What is that understanding? Because it's not a bad thing. You have nothing indicating here that you're dealing with a truth coming out that, was based on deception or lies. Even though you have the Magician here in the present, that can't continue if the truth has already been made clear. That's my thing here. I don't feel bad about any of this. I actually feel really good, but I think that it's up to you. Like, it's in your hands. And even if you think that a person is not seeing you, they are. They are. They may not feel secure enough in, doing this for you. I feel like you're the one that's going to have to approach them and say, here's the peace offering. Here's how I really feel. Here is the truth and clarity of what is going on with me. And at least that way you get to, a mutual respect and understanding, or we're talking about building a relationship here, But I kind of get the feeling that for some of you, it's let's review the past. Let's go over this. Here's clarity about why I acted the way I did, why I said the things I did, whatever. Here's that understanding. And, I almost feel like you're going your own separate ways, but at least now there is, respect almost. Wow, Pisces, the hell. In your environment, the moon. God damn it, I'm sitting here talking about I really don't feel deception, and then you have the moon. You are not looking at things accurately. Okay, so the moon right now, some people see this as all three of the water signs. I stick to the traditional. I see it as Pisces, right? Some people will call it Cancer because Cancer is ruled by the moon. Some people see this as Scorpio, but that doesn't look like a scorpion to me. But that's just me, right? Like a crustacean. I think lobster, crab, not necessarily a scorpion. But anyway, you could be dealing with any water sign as far as that goes. But with the Magician being there in connection to the moon, I think that this is about you. I think it's about you not seeing things from an accurate perspective. And that's why there needs to be some clarity on your part. And it's not that there's some devastating truth that needs to be told. I still don't feel like it's about deception. I think it's about not understanding your own emotions or not understanding the emotions of another because of the Two of Cups being there, right? So this is seeing things from, a distorted perspective, right? Needing to pay attention to your instincts when you feel confused about the way that you feel, not understanding how somebody else is feeling, not understanding why that the connection is not being made, which may be possible for some of you. But this is about you, right? But you are trying to work through the illusion. And that's not working. What's going to help you here is, bringing that sword, right? The truth, the clarity, honesty. And it's not that it's anything bad here. I think it's about feelings that are being misunderstood, and not just on your part, but the other person's part too. Wow, Pisces. Your hopes and your fears, the Nine of Pentacles. In terms of you, I see this as you don't want to be fully involved. So this is going right back to the feeling that I kind of had looking at the Queen of Pentacles. At least there's going to be understanding though. Even if we're talking about a relationship that is not working out between you and another person, they need to understand. So you're going to have to work through whatever, illusions or things that you're not understanding right now. And you need to do the right thing and just tell them, and with the Nine of Pentacles, that's okay. I look at that and I think that some of you feel like you have everything that you need right where you're at. You may feel like you don't want to change your life. Now, the fear, though, if you're talking about the other person, would be that they want to remain independent from you, that they really don't need you. But something here is indicating that there needs to be some kind of emotional understanding or connection between you and another person, even if it doesn't go into, a constant contact relationship, if that makes sense, no matter what the relationship is. So if it's a romantic relationship, this is somebody who needs to understand you, but you have to understand yourself first. They need that Ace of Swords, okay? If you feel like you have everything that you need right where you're at right now, you don't need to get involved with them, but they at least need an explanation. Now, for you, if you're fearing that the other person here doesn't want to be involved with you, remember, you're still dealing with the Moon and the Magician right now, so that may not be accurate. It just depends here on how we're looking at this, because I got to take the perspective of you, but then also the other person, because of the Two of Cups being the overall here. Wow, Pisces, all right. And then coming out the King of Cups, and this is what I'm talking about. You're not seeing it accurately, though. Now, that could be the other person's fault, though, too. Okay, so this is going to go both ways here. They need an explanation or you're needing an explanation. It's one of the two. And that's basically what all of this is coming down to. But what I see in terms of your advice is that you're going to be the one that's going to have to make that happen first. If there's to be a mutual understanding between the two of you, you're going to have to work through the distortion here and, not having full understanding in terms of what is going on. The King of Cups coming out. Absolutely, this could be about you getting control over your emotions, right? Becoming emotionally available. Here, let me express the way that I feel through wisdom and understanding, right? Now, for some of you, this could be the other person here. You may be the one as the Queen of Pentacles going, okay, I see you, but I don't because I'm afraid to get involved. And then the Nine of Swords, and this is, overthinking things and not having that clarity, which is why we're looking at the Ace of Swords. Somebody needs this. Somebody needs, to have this understanding, needs to have this explanation. Now, for some of you, you can't let your fears and anxieties stop you, right? Because, it's intensified between the two. This is all about you coming into a place where, emotionally, you know where you stand. But then also being able to express the way that you feel where, the moon is no longer casted over you and another person. The Five of Cups, this to me with the Ace of Swords is we need clarity and understanding why there has been hurt emotions. Not just on you, but the other person here, right? So the both of you may be feeling the Five of Cups, feeling let down, feeling disappointed, having hurt emotions. That Ace of Swords is saying that somebody here is going to have to start the conversation so that there can be clarity and understanding as to why this is happening. The Ace of Wands, the reason why all of this is happening, again, is because there is a new opportunity between you and another person here. But it's up to you. But how do you make things happen if there is an understanding, but you're not seeing things from an accurate perspective? But that's because there isn't, that clarity just yet. You know your side of the story, but do you understand how they feel? right? But like, I'm still seeing this as you needing to make the effort here. Like, seriously, you're going to have to make this happen. You're going to have to take the first step, especially if you want to realize the Ace of Wands, a new passionate beginning, right? This to me looks good. It is physical passion. It's not the Ace of Cups. But if you are feeling a passion again for this relationship, or wanting to know what that would have been like, then you're going to have to start this. You're going to have to make something happen. But what I worry about is that some of you are letting your own thoughts stop you from doing this. Now, the King of Cups is prevailing, but what I would say here is that you need to get over whatever fears and anxieties are stopping you from communicating in a way that that other person will understand. Okay, now that's from your perspective. Now, on the other hand, if you have somebody who is coming and communicating this to you, and you're seeing the possibility of the Ace of Wands between the two of you, right? You need to be careful about how you are processing the information that is being said to you. The Nine of Swords would suggest that it's being communicated in a way that may, be twisted. Don't let your thoughts twist things in a way that aren't real. Okay? And that's basically that. And if you're the one that has to step up and communicate here, right? Like, seriously, I feel like that for a lot of you, especially if you're the male Pisces. Make sure that you're communicating in a way that cannot be misinterpreted, right? The truth and nothing but the truth. And then adventure, right? But you can't have that new adventure if you don't come from a place of gratitude and speak up. And that's basically that, right? Be grateful. Be grateful for everything. Be grateful for all the experiences, good or bad. When you come from a place of gratitude, it brings to you all the things that make you happy, right? But be grateful that, you have learned a lesson. You've learned how to break a cycle, right? Like, you don't need to go through this again. But you're going to have to speak up if you want to experience the new adventure. And again, you have the Ace of Wands there, right? Ooh, gates of triumph. Success expands in your life. So the gates are opening here to continuous growth. And there is abundance beyond the threshold, So wherever you feel like you are lacking in abundance, this is saying that it is now coming into your life, and it's going to open the door to something that could be potentially very long lasting. Something that will continuously expand. It's not bad. It's not bad. And I look at this, though, too, in terms of, like, for those of you who are looking at, not so much relationship issues, but financial things going on. This is a good indicator that financially, at least for the next couple of weeks, things are going to be really good. But damn, Pisces, you guys are going to have to let me know. But it's up to you, right? Like, you can act on your free will here. It's not something that has to happen. But it would be beneficial for you and the other person to at least get to a place of understanding and mutual respect, more so than anything else.